Hello, and welcome back to Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra, Episode 50, the finale. So this has been a while coming. It's been a ride. Anyhow, we will get into it pretty quick here. Standing right by the pyramid, about to go dive in there. But the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to bid farewell to Alimbo and Phineas the Druid. They've been with us for a long time. Alimbo, of course, even longer than Phineas here, but this game would have been much more challenging if not for their use as our loyal pack mules. You can see here I have taken from Alimbo all that he has left of these precious pearls of youth and beauty and this gem. I've given the golden pyramid keycard to Katrina, and all of the hologram sequencing cards and the blue priority pass card to Septimus. So we are set up to take on the dungeon. Phineas here has all of our keys, the Fizbin, and our leftover power orbs that we never bothered to turn in. So we picked those up in the Dragon Cave. We could have gotten another million XP for each of them, but as you can see here, I can train a whole bunch of times still, so I don't think I need it. So let's get rid of them. Dismiss Alimbo and dismiss Phineas. May you enjoy your retirement. And the rest of us, we are heading on down into the pyramids. An ancient pyramid of roughly hewn stone. Enter? Yes. For anything else, let's read Korak's notes. Korak's notes on the central control sector. Against Ferodal the Mad, two armies came. On one side, Sheltem, for his sleepers fell like drunkards into the wagon of Ferodal's mind, robbing Sheltem of many secrets. On another side, the ancients, filled with indignant rage at the destruction of their underworld. Together, they fell like mountains on a fly. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by mountains on a fly, but hey, I guess very heavy things on a fly. And I am going to babble a little bit at least about the backstory here too, if you'll bear with me once I kind of clear out this first bit. So we've got these guys again, and at this point they aren't really much of a threat to us. They still damage. Like Katrina took a little bit of damage there, but she took, just a smidge. What is concerning down here are those. Hello. This is a Terminator. Let's go say hi. So yeah, the Terminator, one Terminator isn't too bad, but they have, here, I'll show you, 1,200 hit points, an AC of 100, and they do 1,000 D4, or 1,000 D4s damage, which is a lot. And you'll also notice here their special is Eradicate, so they will just eradicate a character, which is a blast. Anyhow, let's kick things off. You need to burn spells on these guys. Like, that, realistically, that's the way to kill them, because you need to get them dead as fast as possible. So we hope for a big hit, which we got, and now we will try an implosion to see if we can finish him off before he gets a chance to attack again. Which we do. Excellent. Okay. They're not exceptionally difficult to kill with spells, but well, if you saw the fail video, they can cause problems. Okay, this is something I forgot to... a clue that I did not pick up, actually. It is in the beta engine sector, and when I was going through the beta engine sector, so that's the one under the desert, I was sort of rushing through it a little bit, and I didn't go to all of the crystals. And one of the crystals said something to the effect of, say, creators in the central control pyramid, or some such. And that's the clue to answer this little riddle here. So, creators. This mission has been codenamed the Great Experiment. It extends further away from the seat of the ancients than any. Other colonization. It is under much greater threat from the creators. Okay. So, sorry, just give me half a sec. Just got a text. Okay, apologies. Got another death agent. And another thing to bash. No exterminate, just a death agent in here. Okay, enter the database access request. Creators. Because of the interference created by the renegade guardian Sheltem, the Kron and most of the Varns carried by this vessel were lost in the Great Sea of Terra. So this is references to the original, like the first two games. Oh, didn't realize that there was Iron Wizards in here too. Not that they're much of a threat, but yeah, so that's a reference to the first two Might and Magics. Kron and Varn are the worlds that you start on. The ancients drew their power from the heat and light of stars to create intricate mechanisms of society, then send these civilizations to cultivate developing worlds. Cultivate? Yeah, cultivate. Thought it was colonize for a second there. The creators exist in a nebulous realm where they construct their plots and create vile, chaotic armies to disrupt the civilizations of the ancients. So these are two alien races, the creators and the ancients, who it's a respawn square, that's the problem. The creators and the ancients are these two alien races that later on... Oh, half a sec here. Doing mass distortion. Oh, see, there, an eradication. Boo. Okay, so that wasn't an exceptionally big hit from the mass distortion, so we'll try it again. Implode, and you will also implode. Because... letting them attack is bad. Killing them before they hit is good. Also, let's... Oh, where's it? Resurrect. And then we need a power cure. Okay. Oh, he's getting low on hit points too. So's Gandora for that matter. There we go. That's a bit better. Sorry, my thing just deleted on me. Give me half a sec. I'm gonna pause for a second and be right back. Okay, sorry. But yeah, one of the other really annoying thing about them is they break all your stuff when they eradicate you. Which really sucks. Because now, her might's down to 73, where it was at like 200 and whatever. Creators again. Spanning the farthest reaches of the universe, two super-developed societies, the Ancients and the Creator, are engaged in a galactic race for power. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, after I finish sort of clearing these... Mass distortion. And she got zapped again. I don't know how it's doing on hit points, but we'll still try another mass distortion there. There's a big hit. So now we'll implode and zap them. And time to resurrect again. I mean, one of the other things too is there's a huge amount of random chance when it comes to fighting those things. If I can avoid, the instant death, then it's not so bad. They go down pretty easy, but otherwise it's a bit of a struggle. So Crimson Liquid bubbles in the crystal chalice. Drink? Yes, I will. Go for it. You get 5 million XP that you'll never need. Though, I guess if you do ever find yourself struggling for... Oh, you get some gear here, too. I forgot about that. If you do ever find yourself struggling with levels or something, this is an option. Get into the Central Pyramid and take your chances with the Terminators to get some... get a big XP boost, so... for at least a couple of your characters. But yeah, see, she can't even kick down the doors anymore because she's been... all of her stuff is broken that gives her big boosts to strength, so... let's then... exchange. There. Oh, this sucks, having the Iron Wizard there. Just because if I do a single target spell like Implosion, it might just blast him. So I think I might actually hit him with a Mega Volts, maybe? Inferno. Oh! Okay. So, she's down. That's not ideal. Yes, we want to hit the Terminator. We want to cast... Implosion. You also want to cast Implosion. And the Iron Wizard is a joke. Okay, that's why we have multiple people with Resurrect. Nope, don't cast Resurrect again. And a Power Cure 3, maybe. Okay. Crimson Liquid again. Sure. You take the 5 million XP. You just got... Okay. Oh, and more stuff. I mean, I'll have to take a look at that gear, because it might be really awesome, but... I mean, it is... Oh. And here we go again. Oh, see, that's what I was worried about with the Implosion. I just deleted the... freaking Iron Wizard, but... Mass Distortion. Okay. But yeah, I deleted the Iron Wizard there, but no such luck on the... I missed the Terminator. Okay, we got 2 more. Oh gosh, I don't even know who I gave it to. Helmuth I don't think got it, and Renar needs it too. Oh, 4 million XP. And the interspace... Okay, that's the thing that you actually need. So this interspatial transport box is the MacGuffin in this dungeon that you need, I think, to get into the escape pod at the very end. If you don't have that, then no luck. Which is a bit of a troll move, if you think about it. Anyhow, I have now cleared out everything but this here. And I'm going to go and heal up and fix gear, restock spell points, and all that sort of good stuff before going any further. So I will catch you in a moment. Okay, we're back. So what I wanted to do before I go any further, sorry, I had just walked forward and accidentally kicked the wall ahead of me before I started recording here. But what I wanted to do before diving in and finishing this up is talk a little bit about the story of Might and Magic, because yes, indeed there is a story to it. And I remember when I first played this being incredibly confused by these heads. and what the heck they were nattering on about with creators and ancients and all that sort of stuff. And so one of the things, one of the reasons this episode took me a little longer to record is because I actually went and did a bit of digging into some of the backstory of Might and Magic, because there is like this really cool kind of interconnected story tying all the different Might and Magic games together, including the Heroes of Might and Magics, at least up until Ubisoft took over. So I figured I would babble about that a little bit. And if you don't want to hear it, I'll throw a timestamp down in the description that you can skip ahead to. So yeah. Anyhow, and some of this is also going to have to be in post because I'm going to pull up screenshots of when I was visiting each of these heads before as I babble. But I found a PDF of the old Might and Magic Compendium, and it's this authorized strategy guide for games 1 to 4. And I mean, you can see the link to it here, but also, again, put it in the description. And it's kind of neat because it does talk a lot about the background to a degree, at least. And it is also kind of funny because Might and Magic 1 and 2, this is all they get for their in the strategy guide. There's literally nothing else. Anyhow, sorry, I digress. Might and Magic 1 and 2, The Tale of the Lands of Varn and Kron. My name is Korak. I am an android, though you would never know it to look at me. My flesh is as real as yours. I too bleed when I am cut, and my pain is every bit as real to me as yours is to you. I was charged with the well-being of the land of Varn by my creators. They set us afloat in the sea of the universe with but one admonition. Do no harm. We were to tend the worlds with our benevolence. For eons we sailed through the timeless sky, caring for our worlds, carrying out our mission with endless devotion, until Sheltem came to Varn and changed everything. The years passed, and I had to obey my creators. Though Sheltem was running amok in Varn, by my very nature I was unable to stop him. But I was able to lend assistance to those who might stop him. From the small town of Scorpigal, a band of adventurers emerged. They were willing and eager to learn and to face the dangers of Varn, for Varn was, in those days, a perilous place to live. Their journey started in an innocuous enough way, as it seems many of these stories do. They were weak and needed much in the way of experience to survive the rigors of the future. In their search to solve the secrets of the inner sanctum, they began to gain the talents needed to complete their quests. As they worked their way from town to town, they gradually discovered that the land was being held by a false king. The true king was imprisoned in a fortress in Mount Doom, while the false king kept court at Castle Almar. Their travels took them from town to town, castle to castle, and dungeon to dungeon. In each place they discovered a different quest to be fulfilled, and still more clues as to the fate of the two kings. At last their travails led them to the true king. He gave them an amulet, which gave the adventurers access to the astral plane. Once there, they found the world was not as they supposed, but rather they find themselves in my realm. Though Sheltem was once like me, his nature has been changed, perverted. Those he was sent to protect are now vulnerable to his whims. He threw these adventures into his soul maze, but they managed to defeat this trap, and Sheltem fled. His source of power denied him. But he did not have far to run, for his path took him to Kron, another land like Varn. Vulnerable to his ministrations, Kron was perverted by Sheltem. He affected their history by killing their king. The king's secrets weren't passed along to his heirs, and this imperiled the land. As Sheltem left his trail of destruction, a group of stalwart adventurers began to follow the clues he left behind, until one day they discovered the most terrible truth of all. Sheltem was driving the world Kron into the sun to destroy it. The adventurers eventually tracked Sheltem down and forced him to flee Kron. They saved Kron, but Sheltem was free to return to his homeworld, Terra. I followed because I could no longer allow him to terrorize other innocent worlds. Now all our fates are in your hands. So Kron and Varn Varn and Kron were the settings of the first two Might and Magic games, and they were actually parts of a spaceship. And that spaceship's destination was Terra. And that's what the pyramids are, is the spaceship that crashed onto Terra. The reason Sheltem wanted to destroy the spaceship, fly Kron into the sun, is because the spaceship, he was trying to protect Terra, like his programming got all squirrely, and he decided he needed to protect Terra from the spaceship because the spaceship would change Terra because it was supposed to colonize the planet and all that sort of stuff. And so he tried to destroy Kron, and these also had acronyms. Varn was vehicular something something nacelle. Give me half a sec, I'll find it. Okay, so yeah, so Varn, at least according to the Might and Magic wiki, stands for Vehicular Astropod Research Nacelle, and Kron refers to Central Research Observation Nacelle. And both of those landed on Terra, which I don't believe is supposed to be an acronym, but maybe. Pretty sure it isn't though. And this is where we kind of come in. So that's why at the beginning of the game, in the introduction, Sheltem talking about twice now you have defeated my quest, and he introduces himself as the Guardian of Terra, which seems a little strange considering. But yeah, so anyhow, if we start looking at these talking heads in here, so the first one I think that you're kind of supposed to read is the one on the, like if you're looking on the map on the left side, so on the west side of the map. So spanning the farthest reaches of the universe, two super-developed societies, the Ancients and the Creator, are engaged in a galactic race for power. And so I guess the Creators and the Ancients are eventually in the later Might and Magics, like Might and Magic 6, 7, 8, and 9. They are the demons, the Kriegen, as they call them there. They kind of get renamed and reskinned as these demons. And then the Ancients are basically like the angel faction, like the castle faction in Heroes 3. And so the overall big backstory of all the Might and Magics is this big war between the Creators, or the Kriegen, and the Ancients. It doesn't really play all that much in the first like 1 through 5. It's all Sheltem and Korak, both of whom were created by the Ancients, but it definitely plays a much more prominent role in the later ones. So here we have this next one. The Creators exist in a nebulous realm where they construct their plots and create vile, chaotic armies to disrupt the civilizations of the Ancients. So yeah, basically the Creators want to destroy what the Ancients built, which seems a little strange for an alien race called the Creators, but what do I know? And then the Ancients draw their power from the heat and light of stars to create intricate mechanisms of society, then send these civilizations to cultivate developing worlds. So they are, yeah, kind of the goodies. They create these ships and send them off to seed planets. It's basically the backstory for Star Trek. Like Next Generation, when they find the Creators, which is why like humans and Klingons and Ferengi and all that sort of stuff kind of share similarities. And then when they actually run across the really alien species, they can make them really zany, but all kind of the typical ones that they find are vaguely human-like, just like in here, how we've got dwarves and, well, no orcs in the party, but gnomes and elves and humans. So, the next one is because of interference created by the renegade guardian Sheltem, the Kron and most of the Varns carried by this vessel were lost in the Great Sea of Terra. So, yeah, this is where like the pyramids are the spaceship that the first 2 games were set on. The Varns being the nacelles around it, and then Kron being the big central ship. And then the last talking hit here says, this mission has been codenamed the Great Experiment. It extends further away from the seat of the ancients than any other colonization. It is under much greater threat from the creators. So yeah, that's kind of the story of what's going on here. Now, one thing I've never been able to figure out, and hey, maybe at some point someone who can help, someone who knows this better can help me out here, but I have no idea what's going on with this Ferhodal guy. That's a bit of lore that I've never managed to figure out. Like, what is going on with Sheltem and this this Ferhodal guy? I don't know, and I think some of it might just be because the time scale for the whole series is a little bit off, or I don't know what it is, but either way, yeah. So that is the backstory, at least, of Might and Magic 3 insofar as I understand it. But without further ado, we are going to forge ahead. Everybody's a little bit damaged just from getting zapped by the death agents and stuff like that respawn as they do. But we are approaching the point of no return now, so... and leaving the central control sector. So here, we are now in the forward storage sector, which we've read before. But yeah, driven insane by the teeming sleepers of Sheltem, Ferhodal caused great calamity in his passage through the underworld. Seeking solace at the feet of one of the altars here, he sought to calm his troubled mind, but in the process, cap the flow of the fabled waters of Nyra. So I've read that before, but... can bash our way through this, and there's nothing down here. They're just electrical damage if you felt like getting damaged by electricity. Don't zap yourself there, Helmuth. Jeez. Okay, here we go. This is the point of no return, and I might actually... No, we'll go a little bit further, and then I'm going to put a brief cut in because it might take multiple attempts. Your blue card slides into the door slot, allowing passage. Entering the main control sector. Okay, Korak's notes. Adventurer, steel yourself, for you have come far. You stand within a breadth of final knowledge, but to tread the final way, there are things that the ancients would require of you. For those who seek further challenge, seek the altars whose mysteries are cautiously guarded. And this is the bit that just, it was kicking my butt. Seeking those altars. Yeah. But it's, yeah, we'll get to that. Now, taking one more step forward here, the air is filled with the smell of ether and the flickering of colored lights, like horrible lightning. Down the corridor to the left, two robed figures battle among the plasm of magic so thick it hangs in the air like fog. It is Korak and Sheltem, locked in mortal combat among the sparks of their supernatural clash. Sensing your presence, Korak looks away long enough to give Sheltem the chance to pass into a nearby transport tube. Cursing under his breath, Korak beckons you to follow before disappearing into the same transport tube. Okay. So, we got a Iron Wizard here who... not much of a threat. Now, down to the left here is where we could beat the game. So we will head down here, and right now, at least my goal is going to be to clear out all of the things except for the altars, just so you can see it. But first, we're going to head down this way. And up here, we have a sign next to the lever reads, Primary Phaser Batteries. Pull the lever. Sure. Pew! And we shot off the lasers. Now here, I want to be really careful, because I don't want to activate... Oh, Sorry, somebody from work apparently emailing me. So we got another Terminator here. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to just do a quick pause here and back up my save. Again, just because I'm past the point of no return now, and if I start taking a bunch of damage to these Terminators, it'd be problematic. Okay, sorry, just really don't want to screw up the recording here. Okay, so we got a Terminator, so let's mass distort you, please and thank you. And you will not do a wizard's eye. Oh gosh, once again, I'm sorry about... And you are also going to implode. Okay, now I just got Ed. Ed's no problem. So up here, a sign next to the lever reads Torpedo Launch Control. Pull the lever. Sure. And we shoot some torpedoes. I'm probably not going to do that on the opposite side, because you can do, it basically repeats on both sides. Now, I've gone back to this where we came in, and we're going to go down the other side. Most of this is nothing. But we do have a couple of... Fine. A couple more talkie heads. It says, Escape pod activated, identified as firstborn. Escape pod activated, identified as second son. Intruder infiltration code red initiated. I believe this says the same thing, yes. Now, if we wanted to end the game, we could, right now. I could step into that transport tube and we have won the video game. But we are going to try and take out... Same heads, saying the same thing. We are going to try and take out, as it said here, the altars at the very front of the ship. Found quarterstaff. And here we have some more phasers. And then up here, unless I'm mistaken... Oh, looks like we've activated a Terminator. Okay. Mass distort. Implode. And have we had a big hit from a mass distort? Yeah, he's at 195. So in that case, let's do a... I think Fire Flail. Yeah, Fire Flail will do it. Nice. Okay. So... I could go through here and play with him. It's more torpedoes. But instead, we'll talk to this dragon. A monstrous statue of dark crystalline material. Step closer? Sure. Barely visible through the glassy exterior of the statue. Lights wink and small mechanisms move and pulsate. Okay, so we got another... Got another Terminator. I'm going to try something here. Hit you with a fiery flail. How'd that do you for damage? No, that's not going to quite cut it. However, I might be able... Oh god, Energy Blast is 50. Right, because he's 50th level. Do an Incinerate. Nope, didn't quite do it. Sorry, just trying to figure out how to do this most efficiently. So that Terminator still has 400 hit points. Fiery Flail's not going to do it. But now, an Incinerate could. Okay. So we're actually going to circle back around here. Actually, no. We'll keep pushing up this. Oh gosh, I just respawned all the things. That was really dumb. Okay, so you know what actually I'm going to do? I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to ignore all this nonsense. Up here, now that I've done everything, I'm going to put a pause in, and I'm actually going to cut the recording as well and edit it together, because like I said, this is probably going to take multiple attempts. So, going from here, yeah, I will be back in a moment. Okay, we're back. Attempt number 1. One nice thing is that when they respawn, the Terminators do not. Everything but the... Oh, no, never mind. The Terminators do respawn. Okay, let's get in there then. And let's hit you with a mass distortion. That was not what I wanted to cast. Will we finish it up with a... Probably not. Nope. But now we should be able to finish it with a fiery flail. There we go. Okay. Oh, you weakened Gandora. You're a jerk. It's got an interesting rod. Oh, it's Helmuth. Rod of fiery flails. Actually, that might not be terrible. The fiery flail can do enough damage to sometimes finish off something. So yeah, that might not be the worst thing in the world. Just going to check everybody. Nobody's stuff is broken. Just have Gandora as weak. So we will just do a quick revitalize on her. And let's go in. Oh. Well, there's one down. Okay. First casualty of this run. But we're going to do a mass distortion to kick things off. And we're going to implode. And because... How many hit points left? 695. I don't think I have anything that's going to be able to sort that out on you. Cold Ray, maybe. No, doesn't look like... Okay. Do you have a good item? Nope. Okay, take a swing then. You, however, should be able to fiery flail with 300 HP left. Implosion ought to do it. Oh, Implosion definitely would have done it. That was a waste of spell points. Sorry. Managing spell points in these attacks is important. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. That was also really dumb because I forgot to... we need to resurrect. That was really dumb of me. And then we will power cure. And then we are going to Starburst. Oh, they're so scary. Okay. Can't remember if Fiery Flail one monster. What do I have that can... Actually... Mass Distortion. Yeah, it hits... Ooh, and I hit both of them big. Okay, that helps. Okay, so next up... Starburst ought to do it. Oh, no, not quite apparently. However, Elemental Storm... Fire. There we go. Now, we just need a... Incinerate. There we go. Okay, so he's down to 240 hit points. So that ought to be a fiery flail. Oh, 140 hit points. Sorry, I thought fiery flail did more than that. Don't need implosion though. That can be a incinerate. Oh, okay, good. Let's actually heal up. Okay, got another Terminator. So let's do a... big hit from the... Got him. Okay. Got him. Now's where it gets interesting. And yeah, let's do an elemental storm, because it should hit multiples. And now that we got a bit of them grouped together, let's do a starburst. Oh, God. Okay, so resurrect. And this guy still has 730 HP left, so let's do a implosion. That was actually rather foolish. I should have... Okay, power cure. God, shit. Yeah, okay. Starburst. And here we can... Starburst. We can probably afford to do that. And you... Ooh, you could Sunray. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now... Implode. Oh, got him. Okay. Now we can afford to do a bit of healing. Cool. Excellent. Am I going to do this on attempt number 1? I would be very impressed. I would be very surprised, but I would also be very impressed. Not expecting to do that. But we're not there yet. Actually, we should do a bit more power curing. Gandora. Okay, yeah, just heal everybody up. For all the good it does. Okay. Oh, you're running low on spell points. That is no bueno. And we will resurrect. Shoot, let's Sunray. How much does Sunray do? Sunray, 200 energy damage to all monsters. No, that's not going to be good enough. Okay then. We will just resurrect. Septimus there. Now, with 700 HP left, let's do a Fiery Flail. And let's, yeah, hit him with a light. No, that didn't do much. 200 HP. Okay, so again, interested in saving spell points. Get an Incinerate in. Cool. Okay. Okay. Oh. Let's do a mass distortion, just see if we get lucky on that roll. Okay, did not get lucky, so we'll hit him with another mass distortion. Still no luck. Okay, in that case... You know what? That'll... Nope, didn't get him off his feet. I thought that might get Septimus up off his feet. Yeah, I guess we'll incinerate, and you are going to power cure Septimus. Thank you. So he still has 740 HP. Fiery Flail gets him down to 540. .440, so actually that Moon Ray does 100 damage. Incinerate, how much damage does it do? 250. Okay. I need to do 500. Wonder. Would an Energy Blast do the trick? Not quite. But now that he's down to 330... And what do you have that can do direct damage? You can do Fiery Flail. There we go. Okay. Okay. I might have done this on the first go. I did. Okay, escape pod activated, identified as firstborn, escape pod activated. Okay, congratulations! Only Masters of Might and Magic possess the power to reach this terminal. Include the secret word KTOW when you register your score with the Ancients to receive a special reward. And then we can go here and get the designed and directed by John Van Kenningham and see all the designers and stuff like that. Programmers, writers, the graphics people, the sound folks. The manual illustrations. I really liked the manual for this. I spent ages reading it because it's written like more like a short story and a history than it is necessarily an instruction manual. It's really neat, worth checking out if you have this on GOG, because you can get the PDF manual for free or included with it. Got some playtesters. Nice. I'm actually kind of surprised that I did this on the first go. And he just talks about the escape pods. Okay, so we are going to boogie on back the way we came. And we have killed... Oh, I can't remember if I read this. Mysterious statue of dark crystalline material. Step closer? Sure, let's check it out. Barely visible through the glassy exterior of the statue, lights wink and small mechanisms move and pulsate. I think it's supposed to be a computer, but like a statue, glassy exterior... I don't know. Maybe it's a dragon statue with a bunch of electronics inside, or maybe it's a computer monitor that they just don't understand. Either is a possibility and kind of neat. And all the statues are the same, if you were wondering. Oh, go away. Okay. So, here we go. Here is our escape pod. The transport tube gives no indication of its destination. Enter the tube. Yes.
Enter initialization sequence.
She said, enter initialization sequence. And I'm actually going to turn the volume up here because she's really hard to hear. So I apologize if the music gets really loud. But, yeah, just give me half a second. Okay, hopefully that's not too loud and you can still at least sort of hear me. But the code is what you get from Greywind and Blackwind. So in the case of Greywind, it is 645. Oh, helps if I click on the... And then Blackwind is 231.
Step Message.
The grand experiment of the ancients, to use the technology of elemental manipulation to create a completely viable ecological and social microcosm. This microcosm was then to be transported to a distant biosphere, Terra, to supplant its indigenous ecosystem. The need was acknowledged for a central controlling unit capable of compensating for unexpected anomalies. Sheltem was created to be the overlord and guardian of Terra, the supreme law, but his conditioning was flawed. Seeing himself as the guardian of Terra, not of the ancients' colonization experiment, he rebelled against the invading army that was to be sent to his world. Sheltem was contained, but later escaped, determined to undermine the great experiment. Learning from their earlier failure with Sheltem, the ancients created a new guardian named Korak. With his conditioning properly completed, the grand experiment was launched on its journey through the void. Korak's first duty was to eliminate the threat of Sheltem, then assume the role of guardian and overlord of the Terra colonization. Unable to stop the colonization of Terra, Sheltem has succeeded in disturbing the balance between the three alignments of men, a balance Korak must work to regain upon his return to Terra. However, Sheltem sees this as only a minor compensation and has set out to exact revenge by sabotaging other experiments that the ancients have scattered throughout the void. 2 escape capsules have disembarked from this vessel, the first occupied by Sheltem, the second by Korak. At Korak's request, a third has been prepared to follow their course for a rendezvous at whatever world Sheltem seeks to exact his revenge upon. Having proven yourself as an ultimate adventurer, Korak and the ancients ask your help in the adventures yet to come. So the way that this all ties into Might and Magic Xeen later on is you don't see these guys again. They end up going completely off course and actually make a reappearance in Might and Magic 7 as the good and evil factions, based on the names of the default starting party here, like Craig Hack and the other names of the starting default characters. In the case of Xeen, what happens is Sheltem goes there, lands there, and takes over the dark side, and then tries to take over the light side as well, or the cloud side. And Korak doesn't make an appearance. I don't think, at least. I don't know. It's been a lot of years since I've played Xeen, and I honestly don't entirely remember, but I don't believe that Korak makes an appearance in it. There's Crodo, but not Korak. Maybe Crodo is Korak? I can't remember. No, Korak totally makes an appearance. He fights Sheltem at the end, but he doesn't show up till Darkside. That's what it is. Anyhow, sorry, I ramble. But speaking of Xeen, it is on the to-do list. One downside is Ludmeister's mod on Xeen does not work with Where Are We? And I found I did rely on Where Are We quite a bit just to sort of play efficiently. But I do hope to do Xeen at some point. I will be coming out with a channel update video shortly. But yeah, anyhow, let us continue and finish up the last bits of this.
Message concluded.
Message concluded. And then our spaceship takes off and flies off into the sky. And we get our score. So congratulations, your final score is 905,404,933. I don't remember if that's higher or lower than I got the first time I attempted this. I did record that episode, but it was just, like I said, such a mess. I re-recorded, rolled back to where I beat the Dragon Cave and started over from there over the past 2 episodes. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I hope to get to Xeen. I do have a slight complication in my life, being that my wife's due date is March 16th. and there's going to be a new tiny human that I'm responsible for keeping alive, plus a 3.5-year-old. So that will likely... Yeah, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. Hopefully, over the next little while, I might do a little bit more Armageddon Empires or something like that. But realistically, at this point, I'm going to try and take a little bit of a break, I think, and just get ready for, my daughter and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I will keep you posted. Like I said, I'll do a channel update video shortly, I hope. And otherwise... really hope you enjoyed this. I had a ton of fun, and for those of you that have stuck with me through to the end, Zeb, big shout out to you, and everybody else who has been watching but hasn't been commenting. I regularly get a couple dozen views, so figure, yeah. But anyhow, until I see you again next time, cheers.